This morning, a nostalgic pop culture icon,
Flashy marketing has created red-hot demand,
proving there's no time like the present. A frenzy of fans swarming Swatch watch boutiques worldwide, pushing and praying for their latest offering, Swatch's Royal Pop Collection, a collaboration with luxury Swiss watchmaker Audemars Piguet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Shout out to my lovely mom. Shout out to Janet T. Zoo. And shout out to my sister for giving me this little powdered toast man. Today's non-sponsor for the 1 millionth and 5 times. Shout out to Jocko Willink. Jocko Go Zero Crash. Real energy. Balanced energy. Increased focus. Supports memory. And we're going to give it the classic.
Apparently he made a new formula. I'm excited to try it.
Quick update on Jocko. His products are great. I love them. They're not a sponsor. But he has been working in the lab. I don't know that for a fact. Please don't sue me.
Like metaphorically.
He's been in the lab working on formulas. Allegedly, it's supposed to be a lot better, cleaner deck. It's already a clean ingredient deck. But he's coming out with some different flavors. I think there's like a raspberry.
Yeah.
There's a raspberry one coming out. We're looking forward to seeing the Go and the Jocko Molk flavors. There's a new one that was limited, which is a protein powder horchata. Ooh, holy shit! I bought a bag of the horchata. Holy crap!
I feel like that's like very niche. Like you can only have it
so good,
so
good. I sipped that and I couldn't believe how delicious. It's like a cinnamon Mexican type of thing.
You know what I tried the other day? It was like a snack. I took like a certain amount of Rice Krispies, and I made like almost like a frosting, like a liquidy frosting with water and protein powder, like vanilla or blueberry or whatever.
You blended it?
And no, I don't blend it. I just pour it on top of the Rice Krispies with some frozen blueberries, and it was fire. Wow, it was really good.
Put it out like oats.
Yeah, oats too.
Yeah.
Rice Krispies I like because it's like there's like no ingredients and it's like super light, super easy.
Bruh. All right, so today's episode is talking about the Audemars Piguet and Swatch or AP and Swatch collab. What?
Chill, Francois.
Audemars
Piguet. Audemars Piguet.
Audemars Piguet, or also known as AP.
Yeah, let's just call it that.
Audemars, my whole team got him.
So AP Swatch collab,
which everyone has heard about.
Everybody's talking about it.
Looking at it. Fucking genius marketing move.
Everybody's talking about it in the watch community. We felt that it was relevant because I see this, I guess you could say, blueprint when it comes to really exploding something in respect to sales, growth, profitability. We all know Swatch is a more simpler watch, and Audemars Piguet is more like very expensive. What do these go for? These go for like big bucks.
100,000. I mean, some of them like, 40, 50,000. But the thing is they're exclusive. They're a very exclusive watch. You can't just go in and buy it.
Yeah, like the Royal Oak, but they called this one the Royal Pop.
This is a perfect example of something we've mentioned before called the Blue Ocean Strategy. They partnered up with a company that Swatch, I don't know how big they are. I can't imagine they're huge. I mean, people probably still wear their watches and stuff, but they're not huge. And they partnered up with them to make something that is widely available. I mean, $300. Realistically, anyone who enjoys a watch is going to buy that. And the genius marketing move.
The demand, if you see some of the clips from social media, we'll put it in the show.
Put them in.
I have not seen my dad since Saturday.
So you've been out here since?
Yeah, I've been out here since Saturday night. I've watched niggas that showed up today walk out that store with Swatches.
But the demand for this watch was insane. People were camping out for 6, 7, 8 days. I don't know the exact number, but you could see people literally intense.
People were paying for spots in line. Like and I mean, realistically, it's because they thought that there would be a very big a huge margin for like a resale value. You could buy it for $300, and some people were trying to sell it for like $5,000.
But
Which
one of
was
the
stupid, but
but I guess what was disappointing to the watch community that actually wear wrist watches.
well, yeah. So this
Was
is
that-
the part that they kind of
Now, once again, we have the problem with designers.
yeah.
The generational likelihood that these designers who designed the pocket watch, they're most likely fucking hipsters. These hipsters that work for these companies, right? We are all going to fall victim to any design that happens with any big brands right here and now. I'm probably going to guess this is going to go on for another 10 years where the hipsters are still working for these companies. Well, we are not.
Yeah.
The average person is not the monopoly man. Let's back up here. Let's just think. Why do you think that the person that likes AP would want a pocket watch? Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out.
Okay, yeah.
Why do you think the person that admires the Royal Oak watch would want a pocket watch? Now, if you are an interesting person and you like to be different, and maybe you are into, what is that fad called when they dress all wacky and
Okay, well,
steampunked? If you're a steampunked, different individual, and you like to express yourself in wacky,
You need to dress him up in steampunk.
But the market does not call for a pocket watch. Everybody was waiting for that wristwatch. They want the wrist watch. They want that design. They want that linkage. They want that octagonic shape thing.
It was that's the AP. That's the AP look. Now, I think it would be fucking what? He went on about hipsters, bro.
We are not. Hold on. We are not. We are not. We are not the monopoly man. Why do you think that we want a pocket watch?
Wait.
Oh, look at
Does he have a pocket watch or a monocle?
Let me check the time. Let me check the time, sire. Oh, it's 1 minute past 2. Bro, we want a wristwatch. We need to campaign against these hipsters. They are destroying. They're destroying everything that we love.
Hipsters. What does hipsters
A
have to do
hipster.
with it?
So a hipster.
I know
is
what a
like,
hipster is, but
all
what do they have to
listen,
do with the pocket
a hipster's
watch?
like, okay, I'm gonna. You say you go with downtown Boston,
Yeah. Okay.
and you see a dude on a single speed bike, not a multi-speed. It's a simple,
Mechanically simple bike.
just those simple old style looking bikes.
Yeah.
They have the twisted mustache. They wear like the,
Really baggy. It's like
well, like
pants,
like their pants would
linen.
be. No, they would have like checkered pants on.
like
With
pajama pants.
with yellow socks, wearing like old time shoes. They're just interesting characters. They're just,
I know what he's talking about.
but like they're getting employed by these big brands, and they're implementing their fuckery into just very beautiful, iconic things, and they're adding the hipsterness vibe into things that we cherish as a community.
Now,
the average person is not a hipster. Why? Why did you do this to the fucking watch?
I see, like, okay, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. I think that it's interesting that they did a pocket watch. I'm not happy by any means that it's a pocket watch. I mean, everyone was looking for, I even said I was going to buy the light blue watch, and it's a pocket watch, so I'm not going to. But my theory,
Yeah.
my theory is that they launched the pocket watch to see how much the reseller market would be. So they launched the pocket watch, right? It's $300. It's widely available. People will go on eBay and GOAT and all these other platforms, and they'll sell it for how much? How much is the everyday person, not the reseller, willing to pay for a watch like that? Once they figure out that price, then they can go make the watch. If it's $800, if it's not $500, $800, whatever it is, whatever people are willing to pay, maybe that's what they make the watch. Or maybe it's a little bit more. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe it's $1,200. I don't know.
I feel if you just came out with that classic look that was on it was across social media. The watch.
I'm hiding my frustration, but why the fuck is it a pocket watch,
dude?
I don't listen. This hipster shit. I don't know what the fuck. Like that's. I don't get that. But like,
Apple made a pocket watch.
I don't want a fucking Apple.
Mega hipster shit.
I don't want a fucking Apple Pocket Watch. You can already do that with the watch that you have. My whole thing, you can take the fucking straps off and make it a pocket watch, Cam. I'm talking about why did fucking AP and Swatch make a fucking pocket watch, but then they fucking marketed it as a watch.
Oh my God.
They made fucking marketing. Cam,
I know
shut
exactly.
up. No.
Thank you.
They made a campaign, and it was a watch.
It was everywhere.
There was no pocket watches on the commercial.
They were showing all the colors.
They have to drop it. They have to.
Yeah.
They can't just not.
But
like, how could you do that?
It was so bad. It was so bad when people found out it was a pocket watch. There was people leaving the line, like they were like, "I'm all set," or they were selling their spot. Crazy. There's actually, I guess you can get. Whoa. That's probably not real.
It's not. They made it wearable.
It's a replica. But now to my next thing is the watch is so simply made with plastic. What?
There you go. This guy did it right.
He just wrapped it around his wrist.
Doesn't work. This guy did it right.
But what I'm trying to get at is let's just say they put out the pocket watch. Not the pocket watch. Let's say they put out the wristwatch. What they're doing from a business case study standpoint is when you take something that is on the high market, okay, things are expensive, luxury, and you make an affordable version, you got to think about all the deep psychological desire to have that item or aspire to gain that or be able to be in a position to buy a Royal Oak. I walked by Audemars Piguet store and I saw a picture on the wall of a beautiful, beautiful watch. And I was like, hey, how much is that one on the poster? And I think it was insane. Insane. I said, I couldn't believe it. He goes, yeah, there's only like 10 in the world. I think it was like 1 million. He goes, that's why there's a poster of it. He goes, we don't have that one here. But it was so beautiful. It had like this like off-white, what do they call it? Like a bone.
Ceramic?
Bone color face.
Yeah.
Off-white face. And then it had a black ring around it with, and then silver. It was very
unique.
Little different, just different textures. It was very, very fancy. But a lot of people aspire to buy that watch. Now, what they did from a business standpoint was they took something like that people aspire to, they want it, and made it affordable. $300 watch. You can get a $300 AP. Shout out to Meek Mill.
My whole team got him.
Now the whole team got him.
Now the
whole team
they're
got
1% of the price. No, so
shout out to
funny.
I don't know Meek Mill. I just was shouting out the verse.
The one thing that I think is kind of funny is when it first came out, they didn't talk about the exclusivity or the limit of them, like if they were limited or not. And so people went out and they bought them and then they went and sold them to all these resellers, these fucking
Jewelers.
Scalpers who bought them for $2,500, $3,000.
Yeah, you can see
and
them.
now they're worth nothing. Now they're worth the retail price that people paid for.
Really?
Like no one's selling. Yes, because bro, we can
Nobody
go to a
wants-
Swatch store right now and buy them for $300. They're not limited. They're not limited at all. So everyone waited in line for nothing. It's like, it's kind of the biggest, like I'm not saying like they messed up, because at the end of the day, it was a great marketing campaign. Fantastic. But AP was kind of like, fuck you to all the resellers. Because like when it first came out, I called you and I was like, yeah.
You think that's what drove that?
Well, I was like, dude, the scalpers are fucked. Like we're not going to be able to get any because there's going to be too many scalpers and they're going to end up being 10 grand. I remember when it first came out, we were on the phone and I was saying that. I was like, you're not going to be able to get one. They're going to be super exclusive. Everyone's going to buy them before they're even available in a store. But now, you expect because of the brand for them to be a limit, for them to have a limited amount.
Yeah.
If it's like 10,000 per piece, whatever, they're going to sell out. Well, they didn't. There's no limit. So me and you can go to New York and buy one right now. That's what I think is kind of funny. Is like the scalpers went out there and they bought them and then they sold them and these jewelers bought them for a ton of money. And they're like, yeah, I took the L on it because there's no resale value because they're not limited. You know what I mean? Because everything that people buy is limited.
Now, because they didn't come out with the actual wristwatch, this motivated the replica market to put out. They were like, yeah, we're going to put these out. They're $59 each. They're just... and there was a watch expert on Instagram talking about this. He says it's such an inexpensive, structurally inexpensive watch. He said that the guts inside it is disposable movement. You can't, this is what I heard. This is to my understanding. You can't service that watch. So it's not like an OG AP where you can get it serviced and wear it for 100 years. The inside movement, to my understanding, is more of like you go to a little store like Walmart or whatever and you buy a cheap watch for $10 and they're saying that's the disposable movement in it. So the replica market was like, this thing's made out of plastic. It's got super cheap guts.
Yeah.
We can literally recreate this and sell it for $60 and still probably make a killing. It probably cost them $2 to make that, not even.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, get notified. We'll see you next time. Peace out.